and I was 13 years old during the LA riots. Actually, I don't really share this story very often because it's something I kind of don't want to relive, I guess. I guess you could say it was a bit of a traumatic experience for me. But if it ever comes up in conversation, I guess the thing that pops up the most is how my mom broke down crying when she saw a video of some looters of our store, because we had a really good connection with the community, and my mom saw it as her mission to help people in the community, and the people who lived around the store actually videotaped the looting and the burning of our store and gave it to us, and they were trying to put out the fire with their own fire hoses, or their own lawn hoses, and there was no help from the government to be found at the time. I mean, we didn't see any fire trucks or any police cars anywhere. And my mom, and the thing that got to her the most, that made her cry, I think, was the fact that she recognized some of those looters as people that she had really tried to help genuinely, and that she had a heart for. And so she felt betrayed because they were looting our store. And I guess another thing that pops up is that the second day of the riots, my father came to pick me up from school, and we knew that they were staying home that day because the riots had started the day before, and we were fearing for our safety, and my mom thought it would be safe to just stay home and close up the store instead of fighting to keep the store like other store owners were. And I remember him picking us up, and the second we got into the car, he just said that they got us, they got the store. And I just remember and I was a really strong kid, I never cried, but I just remember a flood of tears just coming out of my eyes at that moment. And then also having to help my parents because their English wasn't so good. It was really good to speak, but writing it down was really hard. So I used the English I knew to write letters to the banks, begging them not to foreclose on the house and to wait for payments. And wow, looking back, it's a lot of responsibility for a 13-year-old. But I also remember my family pulling together in that difficult experience. Even though we were almost put out on the streets, we almost lost everything. And my father wanted to actually, the logical thing was to declare bankruptcy because we had no help from the government, and our insurance company only gave us $500 before they went bankrupt, because just so happens all of us had the same insurance company. So I guess my father, we ended up reopening because my father had a friend who was a councilman at the time and brought him down to South Central to a McDonald's and showed him, or actually introduced him to this lady who was living out of her car. And she told my dad, she just said, "Mr. Lee, please reopen your store. We need you. We need your store here." And my dad realized that the community really needed a store, so he was determined to make that happen for the people of the community there because he had a heart for them, and decided to reopen the store. And it's still there to this day, even though they're retired now.